Welcome to Tiger Tracks, your home for the best of LSU athletics. And now your hosts, Jordy Hultberg and Bill Frankes.
Welcome to this week's edition of Tiger Tracks. Alongside Bill Frankes, I am Jordy Hultberg. Happy early Easter to all of you Tiger fans around the world. Since last we met, let's see. LSU baseball has a good outing against Arkansas. They win against Southern Miss. Now they're on the road to take on the Ole Miss Rebels for a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You'll be home for Easter.
Exactly. That'll be nice. That'll be nice. But
your family will appreciate that.
Yeah, they certainly will. But it's going to be a challenge for the Tigers this week, beginning on Thursday night when LSU takes on Ole Miss. Ole Miss is always a very difficult place to win, especially when LSU comes to town. The people in Oxford get excited about seeing LSU come into Swayze Field. So it's going to be a challenge for the Tigers. Ole Miss may be the best balanced team in the league. And it'll be a real battle, a critical series, really, to establish where LSU may wind up toward the end of the season. With
that, baseball team in Oxford, the gymnastics team is in Birmingham in the, I call it the delightful dozen, trying to get to the Super Six. We'll have a preview of D.D. Bros Ball Club.
#1 in the nation, entering the NCAA championships. Hopefully the Tigers can first qualify for the Super Six and then maybe win that first national championship. That would be fantastic.
Sean Payton talks at LSU's Pro Day about LSU players. Mike Tomlin weighs in as well. So we got a whole big show planned for you and yours. Sit back, relax. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get things started. Gymnastics, is this the year? Can it be? We'll be right back. Let's get the show started. LSU Gymnastics, part of 12 teams still in the play for a national championship.
Exactly. They'll compete on Friday. There'll be 2 semifinal rounds. The top 3 teams in each semifinal advance to the Super Six on Saturday. Those 6 teams compete for the national championship. Let's take a look at a preview of LSU at the NCAA championships in Birmingham, Alabama.
Regionals was amazing, and it was momentum, and it built the entire time. And we really pride ourselves in that because we were so excited about everybody's performance. It was such a team thing, and we had our crowd just behind us, backing us up, and it was just one of the most amazing experiences I've ever been a part of in the PMAC.
The atmosphere in regionals, I mean, nothing like performing in the PMAC, and I think one thing about it is having our fans and having everybody get behind us and use that momentum to push at each and every event, no matter if we have a little bit of mistakes, no matter if we had a little bit of one of our strongest persons going down due to a little injury. We were able to still use the momentum from everyone around us to be able to say we can still do this, we can still come out successful, and it was so much of a helpful to have our fans there for us.
I think regionals was the perfect meet to end on going into NCAAs, just to regain some of that confidence back and to really put behind us SECs. Going into nationals and being at the same arena is really a good advantage for us because we know what the equipment feels like, and we know the disappointment we had leaving SECs, and we're really ready to regain that confidence.
It is a really cool thing to be back at #1, but like you said, we're not focusing on it. We're focusing on doing what we know how to do, staying in our zone, finding the right mindset. I'm a little bit nervous because I've never been to that kind of a meet before, but I'm also really excited, and I'm really confident in our team, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's just another meet, and we've got to take some of the bigness away from it. I think we created such a big picture for our team at the SEC championships, and we scaled that down and brought it down to the fun level at the regionals, and that's the same thing we want to do at the national championships. Yeah, we're going to wear a new leotard, but we want the kids to feel like, hey, it's just another meet. Let's go do this and have fun.
We've had 2 amazing years in the past that I've been a part of, and we've had very different teams, and I see so much potential and so so much enthusiasm, so much self-confidence in everybody on this team, and we've worked so hard this year to get to this point. Everybody at this point is extremely excited to get to this postseason.
Since I came in as a freshman, we've definitely been building the team to grow stronger and stronger and just have more chemistry coming in this year. The seniors have been an amazing example of what a gymnast should be, and the freshmen have just added so much more dynamic and personality to the team. So it's been an incredible season so far, and we're looking forward to continuing it at the NCAAs.
For it to be reality is something that I think we all dream of. And it's something that we say is so close, we can almost touch it. So we want it so badly, but it's one thing that we have to stay important in staying in the process. Because when you want something so bad, it can easily slip away if you're not focusing on the process in which to get there.
We want to be relaxed, and we want to go into this with the confidence that we've had all season. And I think if we do anything else, we'll really be harming ourselves. We really don't want to hyper-focus on anything that we really can't control. Myself, and I think everybody, has little things that we want to work on, and we're definitely going to fix that this week as we head to nationals. And we want to get there and believe that the performance that we give is the best that we have at the moment.
Kaylee's a rock, and you know, part of what makes her so irreplaceable in our lineup is the fact that her stats show that she's been extremely consistent. So for us to replace somebody, we'll be replacing her with someone that doesn't have the stats that she does, but certainly they'll have the skill level. So it's our job in the next what, 5 or 6 training opportunities is to develop that confidence and nurture someone and make them believe that they can go in and make the same contribution to the team. That's what having a bench is all about.
We wish them all the best.
Yeah.
Dee Dee's been there over 30 years.
Right.
You do, baby. Go get them.
So many outstanding individuals. Lamencia Hall,
Yeah.
Reagan Corville. Those young ladies have done a magnificent job. Hopefully it culminates with LSU standing at the top of the podium.
Lamencia Hall, YouTube sensation.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Sean Payton talks LSU Tigers at Pro Day. Stay with us. Welcome back to Tiger Tracks on CST. Bill Franquez, I'm Jordy Helperg. LSU's been a great pipeline to the NFL. LSU had their pro day the other day. Every NFL team was represented. We saw Sean Payton there, Mike Tomlin, and Sean Payton, good things to say.
Exactly. NFL executives, coaches, scouts converged upon the McClendon practice facility. Sean Payton was there from the Saints, of course, and he made these comments about LSU's pro day.
It gives us great honor to bring on the head coach, the home team here of the New Orleans Saints. Coach Sean Payton, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on. It's this is our 9th pro day.
Yeah.
As our staffs come up the road, and every year it gets bigger. All of a sudden, we're doing a live show here.
We got live shows. We're big time. We're running.
I like it. I like it.
We've got, first off, on behalf of the LSU fans, thank you. You always bring your full staff. Heck, Gumbo, I'm expecting to break through. The Benson Boogie. I mean, we got it all here.
This is always a great opportunity, and we're fortunate to have a great relationship with LSU. We're just an hour apart, and for us, we see these players that sign at a high school, many of them local out of Louisiana, and then we follow their careers, and then all of a sudden, you know, it almost ages you when you see some of the players that are working out and you realize they've been through LSU, they've had successful careers. Les and his staff do a great job of developing the players, and that's why you see so many of these guys playing in the NFL. And we just saw Randall Gay, who was on our Super Bowl team. Devery Henderson was the last LSU player we had who's in school here as well. Right. And it's time we get another one.
Absolutely. Sounds good.
I think everybody here would also like to hear that. I got to catch up with Rob Ryan after our spring game and asked him about the talent in the state of Louisiana and from LSU. How lucky are you that you get to be surrounded by all of that?
Well, it's fantastic, and we are fortunate. Every year we honor high school coaches, and we do a banquet for them, and you really begin to grasp not only the talent level, but the programs and how important it is to the fabric of this area. And it's not just New Orleans, it's all of Louisiana. there's always been a great reputation for players that can leave this state or stay at home and play. Curtis Johnson was on our staff. He's at Tulane now doing a great job. Of course, Les has been here for a long time having success. And, you know, you can almost take just a radius of a couple hours and find enough football talent to obviously win at the high school level, win here, and then win at our level. So it's just a great football state. And regardless of whether it's Friday night, Saturday night, or Sunday, there's so much we're fortunate to have, because I've been other places where you had to recruit outside of a certain area, and as a college coach, I've recruited Louisiana before. So now to be, you know, actively involved and seeing these players and seeing them here, and this is always kind of like, not graduation, but I'm sure for their coaches, this is their kind of the last time these guys are going to work out here on campus, and they're all going to have good careers.
Obviously a quarterback guru. You've got a pretty good one in New Orleans right now. You might not necessarily be looking that high at Zach Mettenberger, but your thoughts on Met, his performance today, and how he projects out?
I think he was outstanding today. You know, I think Cam and the receivers and all those guys had a real good plan. They threw plenty of balls that we like to see. And then when you factor in the injury he had and when he had it, and to see him out there doing what he did today, I just said to Mickey, our general manager, you know, that turnaround is impressive. But you can see the arm strength. I think most importantly, pro days are critical, and they're a part of the process, but the film and the video is something that's equally or even more impressive with Zach. And you see all the throws that he makes in a pro system, and I think he helped himself even today.
I'm not going to ask you to tip your hand on any your draft plans, but most pundits say Saints are looking possibly for a wide receiver in the NFL draft. Got two guys here, one that played right there off St. Charles at Newman High School, and then one down the road in Lutcher that would die to wear the black and gold. On a serious aspect, how much does that take did it come in the conversation as you go through a draft room? Obviously, you got to pick the best person for your team.
I think the characteristic you brought up that both of them have is less to do with local, but more to do with hungry and eager to play and very driven. I think that's an important characteristic, because it's the one thing we always, you know, struggle trying to measure. How important is it to this player? And when you talk about just the two receivers that we saw work out today, and a few others worked out as well, but those two we met earlier, that's the first impression I get when all of a sudden you're meeting them. You know, that it's very important, and certainly with all their family and people that followed their careers, it'd be unique for a player to play high school football, college football, and then pro football within the same state, and yet it happens, and it's pretty special when it does.
Nice job, Sean Payton. That's just part one. Part two to come, we'll hear from Mike Tomlin and a former Tiger, Stephen Ridley, now with the Patriots.
Exactly. Stephen Ridley, of course, has had a great career so far with the Patriots, and Mike Tomlin, one of the top coaches in the NFL already with a Super Bowl title. It'll be interesting to see what they have to say about the Tigers as well.
We'll have that when we return to CST. Welcome back to Tiger Tracks on CST. We continue our coverage of LSU's Pro Day. We mentioned so many of the NFL teams, GMs, head coaches, scouts in hand. Mike Tomlin was there.
Exactly. Mike Tomlin, of course, the Pittsburgh Steelers have the most Super Bowls of any NFL team, a time-honored organization. Tomlin was there, and we also had some comments from Stephen Ridley. Let's watch.
Pro Day really was a day that you get a second chance, you know, to go out there and try to top everything that you had if you got the position to go to the Combine.
Right.
But if not, those guys that didn't get a shot at the Combine, this is their shot to come out here and debut what they can do. And it's a big day really for LSU, because they get to see all these athletes, you know, their last time before they go off and enter the draft. And this is when you come in your tip-top shape and you show guys what you really can do to, you know, help their team be productive that next season, or to get a shot to play on a pro team. So everybody's dreams one step away. You know, you come out here and you just have to be who you are. This is somewhere that we're comfortable on the indoor, and we spend some long days out here either way. So I mean, it's home for us. Right. So you know, for these guys, they just have to come in there and relax and do their best to try to open them, you know, one eye. You only need one person that likes you, one team that likes you, and then you have a shot to, you know, pursue your dream.
So it's Mike Tomlin. Thanks for coming on.
Glad to be here. How you guys doing?
Now we see you're a regular down here in Baton Rouge. Rumor is you really like LSU and down here, and you love the food.
Hey, there's two major reasons why I come,
yeah.
and the food, no question, is one of them.
Yeah.
But there's multiple guys here every year. It's a good, solid program, obviously, and you like to go to places where you know you get an opportunity to 5 or more draftable type guys each year, and that's been the case. You know, I'm thinking back, this is probably 6 or 7 years in a row for me at this pro day, and it's not something that I consciously do. I just go where the guys are.
Let's talk about what you see out there. First off, you've got a pretty darn good quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger. As we saw him years ago in his senior last year at Miami of Ohio, he played here in LSU, so Tiger fans know just how good he was even before he went on to Pittsburgh. Your impressions of Zach Mettenberger coming off that knee injury and throwing today?
I think just going through the workout is an impressive thing. Just knowing what he's been through in recent months, that's no small feat to be in position to work out in the manner in which he's doing today. Obviously, he's a talented young man, but beyond the talent, I think it speaks to who and what he is to be out here and performing in the manner in which he's doing.
Let's take Jarvis Landry and talk about his situation. Fantastic college career, probably projects slot, great hands, you know, is physical. Runs a 4.7, 740 up in Indianapolis, comes back, runs a 4.58 today is what we were told. How much do you really look into a 40? How much does that matter? Or you look more at the body work in the game film?
You know, it's part of the story. It's just that. It's not the story. Obviously, it's more important for some than it is for others. Some guys, their game is predicated on speed. Some guys, their game is not. Maybe their game is predicated on leverage and power. So it's different from player to player, but it's just part of the story.
You get to come down here and watch the guys that are going to the NFL, and you've seen LSU players across the league. How well represented are the Tigers?
They're as well represented as any program that you could imagine or think of, and you know, my perspective is probably a little different because I have a guy like Ryan Clark over the last few years continually reminding me of the LSU contingent. You know, but no, these guys, their body of work speaks for itself. This is a special place, and the guys represent them well in the National Football League.
This is where the ball players are at, and it's awesome on Sundays. You know, I got to go against my defensive captain my last year, Kelvin Shepard, the game before the AFC Championship this year, and it's just awesome to have your boys across the line. You know, LaRon Landry's back there, it's Kelvin Shepard, it's Ricky Jean Francois, you know, and then you're running into Brandon LaFell. We played them, you know, when we were at Carolina a few years ago. I played against Patrick Peterson. We're out on the field, and it's just it's strange. It's almost like it's practice all over again, right out here in the heat, you know, because your boys are over there and you're banging it out. And you see the young guys coming behind us, and they're going to get to experience that, you know. And this is honestly, I feel that if you can play here at LSU, you can definitely play in the pros. You're going to have a shot. You have a shot to be successful.
Now, I don't know, but, you know, Mike Tomlin's got a quarterback named Ben Roethlisberger. Maybe he's looking for the next Big Ben, Zach Mettenberger. I'm just saying. Well, got to groom him.
You're right. Mettenberger would fit into that system. He definitely fits into that mindset of that tough, you know, tough as nails type mindset they have in Pittsburgh. Yeah, exactly.
I will take a break. Dr. F. King Alexander next on the program. Welcome back to Tiger Tracks on CST. We close the program with an update of the university from our leader, Dr. F. King Alexander.
You know, he's been at the university now for almost a year, and he's made a tremendous impact upon the entire LSU system as the LSU president and chancellor. In this feature, he goes through some of the accomplishments of LSU over the past year and what we hope to attain in future years. Let's watch.
I'd like to take a moment to share with you some noteworthy developments and issues impacting our university, and how LSU, from Shreveport to New Orleans, is providing solutions to the problems facing our state, our nation, and the world. Recently, we came together with Governor Jindal, higher education leaders from around Louisiana, and other state legislative leaders to develop the Workforce and Innovation for a Stronger Economy Act, the WISE Act. It calls for higher education institutions to maintain current levels of state support, reinvest tuition in academic programs and student support, and creates a $40 million performance-based fund to produce more graduates in Louisiana's most high-demand fields of study. This is cause for strong optimism across LSU campuses. Without cuts, we will be able to regain some of the momentum lost during the country's economic downturn. By now, you should have heard that LSU is serving as a national model for higher education affordability and accessibility. It should please our students, staff, and faculty alike to know that our students carry significantly less debt than those graduating from most other major universities throughout the nation. LSU students pay less tuition, accrue less debt, and earn more than many graduates from other universities while also receiving an exceptional education. That's why an LSU education is such a great value. We provide quality education without an inflated price tag. Our leadership role in this important value-based movement led to several new developments at the end of last year, including an invitation from the White House to participate in a summit on higher education access for lower-income students. We also hosted a U.S. Department of Education National Forum where representatives from Washington, D.C. discussed higher education affordability and future policy directives. This event, one of only 4 held throughout the United States, was well attended and provided a wealth of new ideas and opinions from the public regarding the measurement of educational outcomes. Additionally, our LSU development staff and foundation leaders are on pace to experience one of our most successful fundraising years in our history. Also, our federal research efforts are seeking to get well beyond the recent sequester issue that crippled new Washington research activities last year and to build on the $600 million received by LSU researchers. You might be interested to know that LSU leaders from every campus recently traveled to our nation's capital in order to share the impact our university has on Louisiana and its citizens with our federal delegation. I've gotten to know each campus, many of our faculty and students, and the unique impact that LSU has on our state. In fact, a recent study demonstrated our impact in real numbers, showing that LSU has nearly a $4 billion impact on Louisiana. Think about it for a moment. That's a billion with a B. That's also nearly 40,000 jobs. It's no surprise that LSU has such an economic impact on Louisiana. Our campuses, research stations, extension offices are in every corner of our state. We don't just make money for Louisiana, we attract new businesses and industry, providing solutions to the state's most pressing issues and improve the overall quality of life for our citizens. We do this all with a keen eye towards value because we believe it's important to provide exceptional higher education opportunities without an inflated price tag and a lifetime of student debt. I'm constantly impressed by the quality and dedication of our students, faculty, and staff. I want to take this last moment to remind our students that everyone at LSU, from your faculty and instructors to our staff, are here to support your success. There's always someone who can assist you with any speed bump that you might encounter throughout your academic career. Take advantage of all the support LSU has to offer you and enjoy your time at LSU. It's one of the best times of your life, and remember, graduation starts today.
Interesting story. He tried to get a scholarship to LSU to play for Coach Dale Brown. Coach Brown said, no, you're not good enough. How about that? How about that? Dr. F. King Alexander.
But they're on good terms now.
They're on great terms.
Yeah,
Happy
so,
Easter to you.
Thanks so much, George.
Happy Easter to all of you. We'll see you next time on Tiger Tracks.